Your body is the most advanced machine ever created, a living, breathing masterpiece that works with a level of precision, intelligence, and adaptability that no man-made technology has ever come close to matching. People look at themselves in the mirror and see just the outside, the shape of their muscles, the color of their skin, the appearance of their face. But what they don't see is the unbelievable world happening inside them every second. The human body is not just a combination of bones and muscles, it's a universe made of trillions of cells, each with its own job, its own intelligence, and its own purpose. These cells communicate with each other, respond to your thoughts, adapt to your lifestyle, react to your emotions, and evolve according to how you treat them. Imagine a machine that repairs itself, upgrades itself, learns from every mistake, and adjusts based on your daily choices. Your body does all of this automatically. Every breath you take, every step you walk, every weight you lift, every meal you eat, even every thought you think begins a chain reaction inside your body. Your heart pumps blood with perfect timing, sending oxygen and nutrients exactly where they're needed. Your lungs expand and contract with flawless rhythm, exchanging gases with microscopic precision. Your brain fires millions of electrical signals to make sure your movements are controlled, your balance is stable, your decisions are sharp, and your body stays alive. And all of this happens without you instructing it. You don't wake up in the morning and remind your heart to beat or your digestive system to start processing food. The body knows. It has been designed to maintain balance, fight threats, grow stronger, and keep you functioning even when you're unaware of what's happening inside. Now, think about this. Every time you exercise, your body analyzes the stress you put on it. Lift something heavy, and your muscles start communicating with your brain, saying, "We need to grow." Run for a long time, and your heart and lungs start improving their efficiency, strengthening the system that delivers oxygen. Eat protein, and your digestive system breaks it down into building blocks that help repair and rebuild muscle fibers. Drink water, and your cells restore hydration levels to keep your performance smooth. Rest at night, and your body begins its repair cycle, healing millions of tiny damages you created during the day. Your body doesn't just respond to what you do, it adapts to it. That's what makes it the most advanced machine in existence. Technology can only copy what the body already does naturally. Robots need programmers, machines need maintenance, engines need repair. But your body programs itself. It maintains itself. It repairs itself. The body has a self-repair system that kicks in automatically when something goes wrong. Cut your skin and watch how the body closes the wound, generates new tissue, and seals the surface. Break a bone, and the body starts building a stronger layer around it. Stress your muscles, and the body rebuilds them bigger and more capable than before. No machine in the world rebuilds itself with more power after being damaged. The human body does it every single day. And the most unbelievable part is that your body is constantly listening to you. Your habits are its instructions. If you push it with hard training, it becomes stronger. If you nourish it with clean food, it becomes healthier. If you rest properly, it becomes more efficient. But if you neglect it, it weakens. If you feed it junk, it struggles. If you stay inactive, it loses strength. The body is advanced, but it needs the right commands. You are the operator of this machine. And the incredible thing is that your choices directly shape how your body evolves. You can literally reprogram your physique, your energy, your strength, and your health with consistent actions. Your body is also deeply connected. Nothing works alone. Your heart supports your muscles support your bones, your hormones support your metabolism, and your brain supports everything. When one system improves, the others benefit. When one system weakens, the others suffer. This synergy, this interconnected balance, is what makes the body so powerful. A strong digestive system improves energy, which improves workouts, which improves muscle growth, which improves metabolism, which improves fat loss.
One positive change triggers a chain of improvements. The same happens in reverse. Poor sleep affects hormones. Hormones affect mood. Mood affects motivation. Motivation affects training. Training affects results. Understanding the way your body works gives you the power to create positive chains instead of negative ones. Your body is not just mechanical, it's intelligent. It learns patterns, builds memory, adjusts reactions, and improves efficiency. Your muscles remember movements you practice. Your heart remembers training intensity. Your lungs remember breathing patterns. Your brain remembers coordination. This is why athletes improve with repetition. The body rewires itself to become better at whatever you repeatedly do. It doesn't matter whether you're practicing good habits or bad ones. The body adapts either way. That's why understanding this machine is so important. Once you know how it responds, how it adapts, and how it evolves, you can shape it into anything you want. Even emotionally, your body is more advanced than you think. Stress affects your hormones, anxiety affects your digestion, happiness boosts your immune system, and confidence changes your posture. Your mind and body are not separate. They are one system communicating constantly. And when your mental state improves, your physical performance improves. When your physical condition improves, your mental clarity improves. The body never stops working, never stops responding, and never stops changing. Every single day, your body is giving you opportunities to grow, to evolve, and to become stronger. It is the only machine you will ever own from the day you are born until the day your life ends. You cannot replace it, you cannot upgrade it with money, and you cannot borrow another one. You only get one body, one machine that does everything for you. And the more you understand it, the more you respect it, the more you take care of it, the more it rewards you with strength, energy, confidence, and longevity. This is why understanding human anatomy and physiology isn't optional, it's essential. It's the key to unlocking everything you want to achieve in fitness and in life.
When you start looking at the human body as a living machine designed for adaptability, performance, and survival, something unbelievable happens. Suddenly, everything makes sense. Why your heart responds the way it does during a workout, why your breathing changes with intensity, why your muscles burn, why your brain sends signals faster than you can think. The idea that your body is constantly reacting, adjusting, and fine-tuning itself every second is not just fascinating, it's empowering. Because once you understand that your body isn't static, but always in motion, always adapting, you can learn to use that adaptability to your advantage. Most people think fitness is just about lifting heavier weights or doing harder exercises, but the truth is, your progress depends far more on how well you understand your own physiology. Imagine for a second that every step you take, every heartbeat, every breath, every drop of sweat is actually your body communicating with you, telling you what it needs, what it's struggling with, and what it's ready to conquer next. The more tuned in you become to that language, the faster your results come. Think about your heart, for example. Most people look at heart rate just as a number, but what if you saw it as your body's performance dashboard? When your heart rate rises during a workout, it's not just working harder randomly, it's increasing oxygen delivery to your muscles because your muscle fibers are crying out for more fuel. And here's the cool part. The more you train, the more efficient your heart becomes. It literally remodels itself to pump blood more powerfully with less effort. That's adaptability. Your lungs do the same thing. The moment you start pushing your pace, your brain's respiratory center sends signals to increase your breathing rate, opening up your airways and pulling in more oxygen. And as you get fitter, your respiratory muscles get stronger, your lung capacity improves, and even the exchange of oxygen at a cellular level becomes smoother and quicker. You're not just working out, you're upgrading your internal operating system. Then there's your muscles, the engine of your movement. When people talk about muscle building, they usually focus on the outside, on the size or the shape, but the real action is happening inside the muscle fibers. Every time you put your body under stress, whether it's lifting weights, sprinting, or even holding a plank, tiny microscopic tears form inside the muscle fibers. Your body reads those tears like a signal, a request to rebuild stronger. And because your body wants to survive and adapt, it not only repairs the fibers, but reinforces them, making them thicker and more resilient. That's why progressive overload works. Your body is constantly responding to the level of challenge you give it. Too little challenge and nothing happens. Too much and you risk injury. But the perfect amount of stress, applied consistently, triggers growth, power, and stability in ways that completely transform how you move and feel. And it's not just muscles. Your nervous system is adapting too. Every new movement pattern you practice, whether it's a squat, a yoga pose, or a push-up, is like teaching your brain a new language. At first, the movement feels awkward, slow, or shaky because your brain hasn't built strong neural pathways yet. But as you repeat the motion, your brain starts wiring those pathways more efficiently. Signals travel faster, muscles coordinate better, movements become smoother and more powerful. That's why athletes who repeat a skill thousands of times end up performing it almost effortlessly. It's not magic, it's neural adaptation. Your body literally learns and optimizes. Even your metabolism is adapting. When you start working out regularly, your cells begin producing more mitochondria, which are the powerhouses that generate energy. More mitochondria means you burn energy more efficiently, fatigue less quickly, and recover faster. Your hormones adjust too. Exercise increases insulin sensitivity, improves testosterone and growth hormone levels, balances cortisol, and activates your body's natural fat-burning processes. Every system is talking to every other system, sending feedback, adjusting, recalibrating, and optimizing so you can keep going, keep improving, keep surviving. And here's something most people overlook. Your skeleton is adapting as well. Bones aren't just rigid structures holding your body upright. They're living tissue that responds to stress. When you're lifting weights or performing activities that put pressure on your bones, they respond by becoming denser and stronger. Your joints produce more lubrication, your tendons become more elastic, and your connective tissues reinforce themselves to handle more load. This is why strength training is one of the best long-term investments you can make in your health. You're not just training muscles, you're training an entire structural system to stay robust for decades. And even your circulatory system is adapting. When you train consistently, your blood vessels expand and become more flexible. Your capillary networks multiply, providing more pathways for oxygen and nutrients to reach your tissues. Your blood volume increases, allowing your body to carry more oxygen per heartbeat. This is why athletes often have lower resting heart rates. Their cardiovascular system becomes so efficient that it doesn't need to work as hard during rest. Imagine your body upgrading its internal plumbing system just because you decided to challenge it. And the brain, your command center, is adapting at an unbelievable rate. Physical activity stimulates the production of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, improving your mood, focus, and mental clarity. It also supports the growth of new neurons through a process called neurogenesis, especially in the hippocampus, the area responsible for memory and learning. When you move your body, you improve your mind. Your mental resilience increases, your stress tolerance improves, and your ability to make decisions under pressure becomes sharper. All of this is happening behind the scenes every time you work out. Your body isn't just performing exercises, it's interpreting signals. It's adjusting hormone levels, reorganizing muscle fibers, strengthening bones, expanding blood vessels, enhancing neural pathways. It's like a constant conversation between every system inside you. What stress are we facing? What do we need to improve? How can we come back stronger next time? And the beauty of all this is that most of these adaptations happen automatically. Your job is simply to show up, challenge your body, fuel it correctly, rest when needed, and let the intelligence of your biology take care of the rest.
When you start looking at your muscles, bones, joints, and all the moving parts of your body as a perfectly coordinated performance team, you realize just how incredible human movement really is. Most people think movement is simple: walk, run, lift, bend, twist. But beneath those actions, there's an entire world of coordination happening that you never consciously notice. Every time you decide to move, even a single finger, your brain fires electrical signals through your nerves at lightning speed, activating specific muscles, stabilizing surrounding tissues, and balancing your posture all at the same time.
It's like your body performs a full symphony in a split second, with your nervous system as the conductor and your muscles as the instruments. And just like a symphony, the performance gets better, smoother, and more powerful the more you practice. Think about something as basic as walking. It feels automatic, effortless, like you're not even thinking about it. But if you slow it down in your mind, you'll realize walking is a complex sequence where your hips shift, your knees bend, your ankles absorb impact, your toes push off, your arms swing to balance your torso, your core tightens slightly to stabilize your spine, and your eyes remain fixed ahead to keep your sense of direction. Hundreds of muscles coordinate their actions in perfect harmony so you don't fall flat on your face. And the fascinating part is, this coordination isn't fixed, it's adaptable. When you run, the sequence changes. When you climb stairs, it changes again. When you're carrying weight or balancing on uneven ground, your body adjusts the entire strategy automatically. This adaptability is the reason humans can perform such a massive variety of movements. Dance, sports, martial arts, gymnastics, lifting, swimming, sprinting, because the fundamental design allows endless possibilities. Now imagine how this coordination translates into strength training. When you pick up a dumbbell for a bicep curl, your brain doesn't just activate the bicep. It stabilizes your shoulder joint, activates your forearm muscles, engages your core to keep your spine neutral, and recruits smaller stabilizers around the elbow so you can lift smoothly. That means every exercise you perform is actually a team effort inside your body. And the more you train, the better that team becomes. Your nervous system becomes more efficient at recruiting the right muscles at the right time. Your stabilizing muscles grow stronger. Your motor patterns sharpen. This is why beginners often feel shaky or uncoordinated, while experienced lifters move with precision and control. It's not just physical strength, it's neural mastery. Even your joints play a bigger role than you might think. Joints aren't just hinges or connection points. They're dynamic structures built to withstand pressure, absorb shock, and allow a range of motion that most machines can't replicate. The shoulder joint, for example, is the most mobile joint in the human body. It allows rotation, flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, all movements made possible by a delicate balance between mobility and stability. But that balance only works when the surrounding muscles are strong enough to support it. This is why shoulder injuries are so common in people who push heavy weight without understanding the mechanics behind the movement. When you strengthen the small stabilizer muscles, suddenly the shoulder moves better, feels lighter, and becomes more resilient. The same goes for your hips, which are essentially the powerhouse of your lower body. Strong hips mean more force in every stride, every jump, every squat. When your glutes and hip flexors work in harmony, your movement becomes smoother and more explosive. But when one of them is weak or tight, the entire chain suffers. Your knees start compensating, your lower back gets stressed, and your posture collapses. This is the beauty and the challenge of the musculoskeletal system. Every part is connected to something else. If one link in the chain is off, the entire chain loses efficiency. And then there's the spine, a structure so brilliantly designed that it protects your nervous system while giving your body the flexibility to move in multiple directions. The curves of your spine aren't flaws, they're shock absorbers. They help you stay upright, balance your weight, and move with fluidity. But the spine relies heavily on the surrounding muscles for protection. Your core isn't just about abs, it's the entire network of deep muscles around the torso that stabilize your spine with every movement. When your core is strong, you move with confidence and control. When it's weak, even simple movements feel harder and riskier. What's even more interesting is how your muscles communicate through chains. For example, the posterior chain, the muscles behind your body like the hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and calves, work together every time you stand, run, lift, or jump. When one part of that chain is underdeveloped, the others compensate, often leading to injury or imbalance. But when the entire chain is strong, you move like an athlete. Your stride gets longer, your jump gets higher, your speed increases, your posture improves. Training becomes less about isolating muscles and more about activating the entire chain. This is why compound movements like squats, deadlifts, and push-ups are so effective.
They mimic the natural way your body is designed to move, multiple joints, multiple muscles, all working in harmony. Your body thrives when you challenge these movement patterns because they reflect real-life actions. When you train these movements, you're not just building muscle, you're teaching your body to function better in everyday life. You're improving your ability to lift, carry, pull, push, climb, jump, and stabilize. Even something as simple as balance is a symphony of coordination. Your inner ear senses your position, your eyes track your environment, your brain processes the information, your muscles adjust micro-movements, and your joints react instantly. This coordination improves with practice, which is why balance training is so powerful for athletes, fighters, dancers, and even older adults looking to prevent falls. And let's not forget the mind-to-muscle connection. When you consciously focus on the muscle you're working, your nervous system recruits more fibers, making the movement more effective. This focus strengthens neural pathways, improves technique, and increases efficiency. It turns a simple lift into an intentional, precise action that builds better control and better results over time. Every single part of your movement system, muscle fibers, motor neurons, joints, ligaments, tendons, stabilizers, prime movers, is designed to work together in perfect harmony. And the more you move, the better this harmony becomes. Your body learns you, responds to you, adapts to you, and evolves with you. The more you challenge it in the right way, the more capable, strong, coordinated, and powerful it becomes.
When you begin to understand how the brain and body communicate every second of your life, you start seeing human performance in a completely different way. Most people think the brain is just sitting inside the skull, quietly controlling thoughts and memories. But the truth is, your brain is constantly sending and receiving millions of signals every moment, reading the environment, monitoring your internal state, adjusting your reactions, and preparing your body for action before you're even aware of what's happening. It's like having the world's fastest, smartest control center running behind the scenes, making decisions at lightning speed so you can move, think, react, and survive. And the more you train your body, the more this brain-body communication sharpens, becoming almost like a superpower that improves every part of your life. Think about something as simple as grabbing a water bottle. Before your hand even moves, your brain predicts the weight of the bottle, prepares the right amount of force, adjusts your grip strength, stabilizes your rest, activates your shoulder muscles, and engages your core, all in a split second. You don't think about any of this consciously because your brain handles it automatically. Now imagine this same process happening while you lift weights, sprint, jump, or react during a game or workout. Your brain is calculating angles, power output, muscle recruitment, balance adjustments, and timing faster than any computer ever could. When you train consistently, you're not just building muscle, you're upgrading the connection between your brain and your body, teaching them to work together with greater precision. The nervous system plays a massive role in this. Your central nervous system, which includes your brain and spinal cord, is like the main highway for signals. The peripheral nervous system, which branches out through your entire body, acts like smaller roads reaching every muscle, organ, and tissue. When you train, these pathways become stronger and faster, similar to upgrading old wires to high-speed fiber optics. This is why movement feels smoother, quicker, and more controlled the more you practice. Your brain becomes better at sending signals, and your muscles become better at receiving them. When people say they feel mind-muscle connection, what they're really feeling is a highly tuned nervous system that's firing at peak efficiency. Even your reflexes are controlled by this brain-body communication system. Reflexes aren't random reactions. They're protective survival mechanisms stored deep inside your spinal cord. When something threatens your body, like touching something hot or slipping on a wet floor, the nervous system reacts instantly, often faster than your conscious mind can process. These reflex pathways become even more responsive when you train because your body becomes better at predicting and preventing threats. Athletes, fighters, dancers, and even military personnel rely on this heightened reflex system to move with speed and accuracy in unpredictable situations. They don't have faster bodies, they have quicker communication between the brain and the muscles. Your senses also feed into this system.
Every sound you hear, every sight you see, every vibration you feel, every texture you touch sends data to your brain. During physical activity, your senses help your brain make rapid adjustments. Your eyes track movement and distance, your ears detect timing and rhythm, your inner ear senses balance, your skin feels pressure changes, and your joints send feedback about angles and tension. All of this information arrives simultaneously, and your brain analyzes it instantly, coordinating a response. The better your brain gets at processing this flood of data, the better your performance becomes. You move with more confidence, more accuracy, and more control because your brain is interpreting the world with sharper clarity. But here's something most people never realize. Your thoughts affect your physical performance more than you think. The moment you imagine a movement before performing it, your brain begins activating the same pathways it would use during the actual movement. This is why visualization training works so well for athletes. When you picture yourself lifting weight with perfect form, sprinting faster, or performing a skill, your brain primes the neural circuits needed to execute that action in real life. It's like rehearsing a performance mentally so the physical version becomes easier. Your brain doesn't just respond to reality, it responds to intention. Stress and emotions also influence the way your brain communicates with your body. When you're stressed, your brain signals your adrenal glands to release cortisol and adrenaline, increasing your heart rate, sharpening your alertness, tightening your muscles, and preparing you for a fight or flight response. This is helpful in life or death situations, but in everyday life or training, too much stress can disrupt performance, cause fatigue, and reduce coordination. On the other hand, when you feel calm, focused, or motivated, your brain releases neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, which improve mood, increase motivation, and enhance your ability to push through physical challenges. This is why mental state is such a powerful factor in fitness. When your mind is right, your body performs better. Your brain also controls fatigue. Most people think fatigue comes from muscles running out of energy, but that's only part of the story. The brain decides when you feel tired. When it senses that pushing harder could cause damage, it sends signals that create the sensation of fatigue as a protective mechanism. Experienced athletes train their brain to push past this artificial limit, not by ignoring pain, but by teaching the brain that the body is more capable than it thinks. This is why mentally strong people can run longer, lift heavier, and push further, because they've trained their brain to trust their body. When you challenge yourself consistently, your brain learns that the limits it once set weren't real limits at all. Even coordination is a product of brain-body communication. When you learn a new movement, your brain forms new motor patterns. At first, these patterns are weak, which is why the movement feels awkward. But with repetition, the pathways strengthen, the neurons fire more smoothly, and the movement becomes quicker and more natural. This is called motor learning. It's the reason why someone who trains regularly appears graceful even when performing difficult exercises. They've built strong neural maps that allow movement to flow without conscious effort. Children learn skills faster because their brains are wired for rapid neural growth, but adults can still massively improve coordination through deliberate practice. Your hormonal system also works closely with your brain during physical activity. The hypothalamus and pituitary gland regulate hormones that influence energy levels, muscle growth, stress response, and motivation. When you exercise, your brain signals these glands to release growth hormone, testosterone, and endorphins, which enhance performance and recovery. When you sleep, the brain orchestrates a hormonal repair cycle that rebuilds muscles, restores energy, and strengthens neural connections created during the day. This is why sleep is not just rest, it's neurological recovery. Your brain uses this time to clean up waste, store memories, refine motor skills, balance hormones, and reset the entire system so you can perform better the next day. And then there's the gut-brain connection. The gastrointestinal system has its own network of neurons called the enteric nervous system, often called the second brain. This system communicates directly with your central nervous system, influencing mood, energy, digestion, cravings, and even immune response. When your gut is healthy, your brain functions better. When it's inflamed or imbalanced,
Your mental clarity, motivation, and physical performance all suffer. This connection explains why nutrition affects not only your body, but also your mood, focus, and drive. The food you eat literally shapes the way your brain communicates with your body. Everything inside you is interconnected through this communication system. The brain listens to the body responds to the brain, and together they create a full loop of feedback and adaptation that never stops. The more you understand this relationship, the better you can control it, train it, and optimize it. Because the truth is, your body's physical ability is only half the story. The other half is the invisible communication that powers everything you do.
When you finally realize that every single choice you make, every bite of food you take, every hour of sleep you get or skip, every moment of stress you hold on to, shapes the way your body functions from the inside out, you start to understand what real control over your health actually feels like. It's not about chasing perfection or following extreme routines. It's about learning how the smallest daily habits create powerful long-term changes in your physiology. Your body isn't just reacting randomly. It's responding directly to the inputs you give it every day. And once you see that connection clearly, you start making decisions with more intention because you understand those decisions are literally building your body from the inside. Take nutrition, for example. Most people think food is just fuel, but it's much more than that. Food is information. When you eat something, your digestive system breaks it down into molecules that send messages to every part of your body. Protein tells your muscles to repair and grow. Healthy fats support your brain, your hormones, your joints. Carbohydrates help replenish energy stores so you can perform at your best. Vitamins and minerals act like tiny workers, performing thousands of chemical reactions that keep your cells alive and functioning. Most people underestimate how powerfully nutrition shapes your physical performance, your mood, your immunity, and your long-term health. When you eat real, whole foods, your body thrives. When you feed your body processed, low-quality fuel, your system fights harder to stay balanced, and you feel the difference in your energy, your recovery, your mental clarity, and even your motivation. This is why consistency matters. Your body adapts to what you give it regularly, not occasionally. Eating one healthy meal doesn't transform your life, just like eating one unhealthy meal doesn't destroy it. It's the repeated patterns that shape your physiology. Over time, consistent habits either build your body into something strong or slowly break it down. The food choices you make each day literally become your skin, your muscles, your bones, your hormones, your immune system. You're not just eating, you're building yourself. Sleep works the same way. People treat sleep like a bonus, something optional, something they can sacrifice whenever life gets busy. But sleep is one of the most powerful biological tools you have. During deep sleep, your brain cleans out waste, repairs neurons, balances chemicals, and resets the communication between your body and nervous system. Your muscles grow during sleep. Your immune system strengthens during sleep. Your memory and learning consolidate during sleep. Lack of sleep doesn't just make you tired. It disrupts hormone levels, increases cravings, slows reaction time, reduces motivation, and weakens decision-making. Even your metabolism becomes less effective when you're sleep deprived. And the moment you start prioritizing sleep, everything improves. Your workouts feel easier, your mood stabilizes, your patience grows, your hunger normalizes, and your body recovers faster. Sleep isn't laziness. It's one of the most productive tools for human health. Hydration is another thing people overlook because it seems too simple, but water is the medium that allows every chemical reaction in your body to happen. Your blood is mostly water. Your cells depend on proper hydration to carry nutrients, maintain pressure, and release waste. Your muscles contract more efficiently when you're hydrated. Your joints feel smoother. Your brain works faster. Even your mood improves. Dehydration doesn't just make you thirsty. It slows down cognitive function, reduces physical performance, increases fatigue, and increases your stress levels. Drinking water consistently throughout the day is one of the easiest ways to support your body. Yet, most people ignore it.
But once you experience the difference, you realize how much your body depends on a steady flow of hydration to perform at a high level. Stress management is another piece of the puzzle that people don't think about until it starts affecting their health in obvious ways. Stress isn't the enemy, unmanaged stress is. Your body is designed to handle short bursts of stress. It's part of your survival mechanism. But when the stress never turns off, your body stays in a constant state of alert. Cortisol levels rise, your digestive system slows down, your muscles tighten, your sleep quality drops, and your immune system weakens. You start feeling exhausted even when you're not physically doing much. You lose motivation, your recovery slows, your hormones become imbalanced. The body was never designed to stay in emergency mode all the time. That's why practices like deep breathing, meditation, journaling, stretching, and even light walking help reset the nervous system. When you bring your stress levels back to balance, your body begins functioning the way it's supposed to. Movement outside of workouts is another lifestyle factor that influences your physiology more than people realize. Even if you train for an hour a day, your body still needs movement throughout the rest of the day to keep your blood flowing, your joints lubricated, your metabolism active, and your muscles stimulated. Sitting for long periods slows everything down: your circulation, your digestion, your calorie burning, your joint mobility. Your body was built for movement, not for long hours of inactivity. When you walk often, stretch, and stay physically active in small ways throughout the day, your entire system functions better. Your mindset also shapes your physical health. Thoughts may seem intangible, but they create real biological effects. When you believe you can improve, your brain releases chemicals that make learning and growth easier. When you feel hopeful or motivated, your body performs with more energy. When you're discouraged or overwhelmed, the body slows down, contracts, and becomes less efficient. It's not magic, it's neurochemistry. Your mindset affects hormone production, immune function, muscle tension, and even your pain threshold. This is why setting goals, celebrating progress, staying positive, and surrounding yourself with supportive people lifts your entire physiological state. Even your environment influences your health. Sunlight boosts vitamin D levels, which affects mood, immune function, and muscle growth. Fresh air improves oxygen quality. A clean, organized space reduces stress. Being around nature lowers cortisol. People think lifestyle only means food and exercise, but the truth is, everything around you interacts with your biology. Your relationships matter too. Supportive people energize you, while toxic ones drain you. Laughter releases endorphins. Meaningful connections boost serotonin. Your social environment directly affects your physical well-being. All of these habits, nutrition, sleep, hydration, stress management, mindset, movement, environment, create a complete picture of your lifestyle. And your lifestyle is the blueprint your body uses to function every day. You don't need perfection. You don't need extreme discipline or impossible routines. You just need awareness, because when you understand that each decision influences your internal chemistry, you start choosing differently. You start listening to your body. You start valuing the things that make you stronger, calmer, sharper, and healthier. And eventually those choices reshape your entire physiology from the inside out.